welcome back to the channel. So listen here, familia, it's about time. Alright, it's about time, and all I'm gonna say is build it. Just build it. If you were on the fence about building or not building this deck, just build it. That's all I'm gonna say. It might be raining. That's the name of the deck because we're playing the White Forest, the Amazon Rainforest. It's a bar, bro. It's a bar. I'm barring you down right now. Either way, big shout out to my boy Kuwami as well because he named it El Monte, and I just think that is a hilarious name. But either way, it's a 42 card deck list. A lot of you saw me try and build this. I will play this deck on stream Saturday. Now, I played it a little bit. No, I didn't play it on Sunday. I had to play it yesterday, but I was busy in the hospital. Don't worry about it. Nothing bad happened or whatever. It's just I was busy doing things, and I couldn't post a video yesterday. But I'm going to make it up to you. I'm going to stream almost all day tomorrow, or I'm going to try to stream almost all day tomorrow for you guys. Now, it's a 42 card deck list. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I think this is one of my favorite decks to play right now. I'm telling you, I like it so much. I tried to get a royal rare El Setio of the White Forest. As you can see right here, it says 124. That's how many copies I crafted. I had like 5,000 SRs. I tried to get it. I gave up because at some point in time I'm gonna need these. But look at this. Look how crazy this is. If I go to dismantle all extra cards, it just goes back to like 4,000. That's that's how many SR points I got. It's actually ridiculous. But either way, we're gonna play 42 card deck list. Now, I was playing this deck with Super Poly. I took it out. It just wasn't doing enough. The deck doesn't do all that well going second, which is why I was trying to play it. Somebody gave me the option of playing what do you call it, Droplet, which I think is a good idea. It's not a bad idea at all. The main problem with this deck is that you're constantly discarding cards. So even if you're gonna play Droplet, if you're going second, you have to be very choosy and picky about what you're discarding and how you're going to search for the next cards. And it makes it like kind of hectic. So what I decided to do was just play it with a bunch of hand traps. So we're gonna play 2 Duel and Logbirds, 2 Maxis. We're gonna play 1 copy of the Asteller, 3 copies of the El Setio of the White Forest. I didn't get the Prismatics at times in the Kingdom. 1 copy of El Setia Semina of the White Forest, 3 copies of Ash Blossoms, 3 copies of the Sylvia of the White Forest, right? And I decided to play the Rusia. Now, you literally could take this out at any point you want, but I really like it because at a certain point you might get locked into certain things, or you might not be able to. Let's say they might have gotten rid of your 1 level 4 tuner. Having 2 level 4 tuners in this deck can create a better chance of playing going second sometimes, depending on the board, right? Let's say you manage to get the El Setia Semina on the field. You brought Sylvie, but they pop Sylvie. You don't have a level 4. Well, now you could special summon Rusea if you have her in the hand. It's just in case. She's not needed, but I like having her. So we're gonna play 1 copy of her. 3 Lancias. Yes. Why? Because Maliss is not dead. Don't let anybody tell you that. Maliss is not dead. Maliss is out here and will be out here clapping people. I promise you. Red Ransom, yes, it's a big hit. But they do not care, all right? Maliss will clap you any day of the week, even without Red Ransom. I promise you. So whatever. Also, I'm getting sick and tired. If you were in the stream, I played against 100 Horus decks. I don't freaking know. Yeah. So I decided to add the Lancia in there. Also, it's kind of good against which I haven't seen a lot of. Lunalight is good against Lunalight, and it's good against a bunch of different shenanigans. So I'm gonna play 3 copies of it. But the main reason why I'm even playing 3 copies specifically is because not only is this a monster, but it's also a spell. Yes, you can set your Lancia in the back and use it as a spell, and all this deck wants to do is send spells to the graveyard. So for that reason, it synergizes with this deck very well. So there is no downside to you playing a Lancia, unless you just break it on hand traps, then you just gotta cry a little bit. But it is what it is. We're gonna play 1 copy of the Avastar, the Black Witch. Unfortunately, I don't have the funds to get the OR. I really do want it. I got like 1,000 gems, but we're about to get a new pack in about 2 days. So choices. We're gonna play one Vengeance, which it's one of my favorite freaking arts. If I could get this all art ever from wherever I could get it from, I will be the happiest person on the planet, because this artwork is just fire. So we're gonna play one copy of her, and even this one. Honestly, the whole artwork for this deck is fire. We're gonna play one White Witch. We're going to play one Nibiru, of course, one triple tactic talent because we're talented. Tales of the White Forest, because you gotta tell people about, you know what I'm saying, what you did. The Hollow Asemina, one copy of that. The Philia Dable, we're gonna play one copy of that as well. 3 copies of the Witch of the White Forest. You could definitely play this at 2. But it's honestly, it's just really great having it at 3. Even something that I realized, because at first I wasn't too familiar with the deck when I was learning how to play it on stream. I was playing this at 2 and didn't want to craft the 3rd copy. Is that this is just really good. Even if you do get locked out of Dark Monsters from the extra deck, which is the downside of this card, which you have to be very mindful of. I got clapped live because I kept forgetting that here and there. But this card is just really good. So play it at 3. If you could afford it, right, if you have the materials. But if you want to play it at 2, you'll be all right. So 3 copies of that, one copy of the Ascension, of course, 1 copy of Call by the Grave, 1 Cross-Out Designator, 1 Wanted, because you want them W's. And I decided to play some Secret Souls, the Asemina Depster. This is essentially a 2nd copy of your Hollow Asemina. You're going to see what I mean by that when I do a combo with this. That was kind of nuts, a little bit. It's essentially an extra copy of your Hollow Asemina that sometimes you don't need to search. So it's really, and it's searchable too. But yeah, it's really nice. 1 copy of the Sinful Spoils of the White Forest, of course. 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. 1 copy of the Sinful Spoils Slumper. Because sometimes your opponent might fall asleep while you do your combo. It's the truth. Even though the combo is really not that long if you know what you're doing. But it is kind of long. We're going to play 1 Woes of the White Forest. One of my favorite cards because it says Woes. Either way, Curse of Diablo. 1 copy of that thing as well. You're going to send it to the graveyard, search your copy of the Fila Diablo. And the Fila Diablo is going to search your Vengeance. And then you're going to banish both of them. It's going to be great. 1 copy of the Magister Chorizo, aka sausage. Relax. And yeah, 1 copy of that thing. 1 copy of the Asemina Leah Sylvia. Yep, 1 copy of that thing. Your Omni Negate, of course, aka my boy Murcielago. Yep, don't say it any other way. Don't say it's Murcielago, right? He's a bat. That's what you call it in Spanish. Either way, 1 copy of that thing. 1 copy of the Asemina Moa Regina. 1 copy of the Snake Eyes Doom Dragon, which you rarely ever even go into, but it is nice to have. Just make sure you have 2 monsters in the graveyard so that you could summon the level 4, put them back, and then summon into this. But I promise you rarely ever go into this thing. 1 copy of the Guardian Chimera. 1 copy of the Saint Asemina, which is a Floodgate. If you're also, by the way, related cards, right? Where's it at? Boom. I do have a copy of this, the Asemina, right? Now my main issue with this is like, for going 2nd can be great. But the way that you have to bring Saint of Asemina out, sometimes it's not that easy. So having to bring this out, you most likely want to activate it and then use it with your opponent's field to go in. It just feels like by the time that you get this thing out, you're either winning the game or you're just not gonna. I don't think your opponent is gonna allow you to do that. But it's a really great card. If you want to play it, play it. I'm just not gonna play in this specific deck. But if I choose to, I'll tell you how it went. How about that? For the next card, the Poplar of the White Forest, I did get this one, Prismatic, which is really cool. It looks really nice. Now, somebody told me if I was blind because I didn't realize it. I realized that it's just an SR, so I wasn't too hype. But I'm hyped now because I really like this deck. So, yes. 1 copy of the Silvera Wolf, right? 1 copy of the Arcelia. Arciela, yeah, whatever. 1 copy of Diablo Queen of the White Forest, 1 Baron de la Flor, 1 copy of the Chaos de la Angel. I did add the Thunder God in here. I used it like twice because somebody told me it was really good to play, and I realized why. When you're locked out of Dark Monsters into the extra deck, this deck can still set up a very decent formidable board. By the way, Fua, we do not care. You can set up a good amount of disruption under Fua and give your opponent, maybe if you want to, 1 card. And that's if you want to, by the way. So yeah, really nice. So we're gonna play one copy of that, and then one of my favorite cards right now. Listen, I'm a sucker for good art. All right, I love me some artwork. Nate Vengeance Dragon. Yeah, I need my vengeance against everything when this is on the field. So that is the deck. I have about 8 replays for you guys. One of them is from the stream, which is only one from the stream, which is the 7-turn duel against Orcus. I'm gonna show that last, which was crazy. So with that being said, if you guys enjoy the content, leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe, because I would greatly appreciate it. Enough with the yapping. Let's get into it. Oh, before I forget, I just climbed to I climbed to Diamond 4 with this. The season just started. I played about 20 games, and we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We only lost 7 games out of 20. So we lost 7, 113, which is a pretty decent ratio. Mind you, I'm still not the best, but as you can see, something one turn. Even when I was losing, one turn. Some of the wins, one turn, losing, one turn, 0 turns, one turn. People just scoop. The state of this game is so dookie that you either scoop yourself turn 1 without hand traps, or people will scoop against you if you don't have if they don't have hand traps. So yeah, let's continue. Yes, sir. Here we are for replay numero 1, number 1 of the day, and I'm actually extremely excited to show you this replay because this is a really good replay. Let's go. So we're gonna start off with Deception. Of course, Deception is always one of the best cards to start with if you can, because it's gonna get you. This is basically Bell 101. Remember how you could special summon Phantom? Sylvie, you could do the same thing with. So we're gonna say send Arcelia. Right, get ourselves the Hollow Asemina, activate it, and Deception, because we already deceived our opponent, right? So we're gonna special summon the Sylvia. That's our protection right there. No more summon the Sylvie. Activate it, get the Witch of the White Forest, the spell. We're gonna activate the El Seti Asemina of the White Forest. Use both of these, go into Arcelia. Now with Arcelia, we don't need to send a card to the graveyard. We can just activate El Seti, search for Wanted. Even though, yeah, no, that's fine. We're gonna chain that. Send the Hollow. We'll activate the Hollow. Send the Asemina back into the deck, so we could activate the Hollow here. Chain the Wanted. Right, get the most out of our resources. So now we're gonna search the Aberstar here, and we're gonna special summon the Murcielago by sending the Wanted to the graveyard as material. The fact that this deck though is so crazy. Murcielago is on the field. Activate the Murcielago. We're gonna search the Sinful Spoils of the White Forest. Activate it. Use both of these monsters here. Go into the Saint Asemina. Activate the Saint Asemina. We're gonna special summon the Moa, Regina. Activate Regina. Special summon the Murcielago back onto the field. Activate the Arcelia. Special summon the Arcelia. Activate Arcelia's effect. Send the Infinite Impermanence to the graveyard. Yes, I'm negated. If you're wondering why I did that, I totally did not just do that because I forgot I was negated. I was just showing my opponent that I didn't need the extra card in the hand. That's what actually happened. You want to believe it, you believe it. If not, I don't care. Use both of these monsters here, level 4 Tuna, level 6. We're going to go into Baron de la Flor. We're going to activate the Wanted, of course, and a card back, which is going to be the Sinful Spoils. To draw 1, we draw into the Infinite Impermanence. I told you. I just wanted to show my opponent that I could draw into the other one. Either way, activate the Witch of the White Forest. Get ourselves the Diablo Witch of the White Forest. Activate it. Send the Field Spell to the graveyard. Activate her effect. We're going to send to the graveyard the Curse of Diabel, so we could search for the Fila Diabel. Activate the Fila Diabel. Do you feel me? Search for the Vengeance. Activate the Vengeance to banish a trap and a spell. Get him out of here. We banish the Fila so we get an attack boost. Set the Infinite Impermanence. Deception. Set it in the back. And that's your boy, which is pretty disgusting. Omni Negate, pop a card that can lead into a Synchro Summon, that can lead into a put a card in the back row. Protection from being destroyed, Omni Negate, pop a card, and your opponent cannot target their own cards. Yeah, that's just nuts. I really like this deck. Ultimate Slayer, Baron de la Flor, get him out of here. We'll get her out of here. She's gone. They send them the Cloud Beast, so we're gonna lose another card here. They're gonna target the Sylvia, get it out. If you're wondering why I didn't activate the Sylvia, now the Baron de Flor, I didn't have a choice, right? I can't activate it. I can't do that. Sylvia, I could have negated, but what's the point? Honestly speaking, I guess it would have been better to negate it, but I already have Murcielago, so if I want to recycle Hollow Asemina, I could just put the Murcielago back. So having Sylvie back into my actual deck I'm fine with it, because whether I negate it or not, I still lose the negate, right? So it didn't matter to me, as they're gonna activate maneuver here, pop our back row, which is gonna be deception. I don't know why he went for deception specifically. What, he saw me set deception there? But whatever, they're gonna activate the engage here because he wants to engage with us, which they're very much doing. Chain link with the linkage. Send the immobilize to the graveyard, and they're gonna special summon the Sky Striker Kaigari. Draw a card here. We'll search a card, which is gonna be the Widow Anchor. And I think they draw one because they have 3 spells. Yep, draw one. There it goes. Now they're gonna activate Sky Striker Widow Anchor. If you're wondering why they didn't activate Kaigari to search, well, recycle the engage, they cannot target. This card says if this card special summon, target one Sky Striker. But no, she says don't do that. You cannot do that. So that's why that's happening. They're gonna activate the Widow Anchor here, negate our level 8. So I'm gonna activate, pay half my life points to pop the Kaigari. Of course, they're gonna chain that to the droplet, sending specifically a monster and a spell, which is very smart, to negate both of these cards right here. So I basically lost on 3 pops. And now they can target cards. All we have is the infinite impermanence, because I also cannot special summon to synchro summon. Craziness. So here they're going to go into the triple tactic truck. Of course, they already have another engage. Get themselves the Sky Striker maneuver afterburner. Draw another card. Activate the afterburner. Pop my Saint Asamina. Pop the infinite impermanence. I guess I did need the one that I discarded, but who cares? Either way, activate the race, send it to the graveyard, special summon the Zero. Zero is probably going to get another engage. They're engaging a lot. They're engaging way too much, in my opinion. But hey, activate the engage. Get themselves another copy of the linkage. Draw another card. Battle phase, slap over the Saint. I'm perfectly fine with that. No linkage. I mean, I don't know if it would have been lethal damage or not, because I know she the highest I seen Hayate go is 2,500. But losing on you already slapped over us. The only thing left for this thing to do is pop 2 cards during this turn. But if you go Hayate and slap us, I mean, same thing, I guess. They're gonna set 3 back row. We luckily still have both of these cards on the field. We're gonna join 2 El Seti, which is crazy. Now, all I wanted them was to not take over the El Seti. I'm happy with that because now we get to do this. Going to Chaos Angel. Now, mind you, you might think this is not a great idea playing Chaos Angel when you're playing against a spell deck, and you're absolutely right. But I do not care, because this is not supposed to do anything but bait out one of these back row. That's what I wanted it to do. I don't really care for it being on the field because I know how to get lethal damage without this from here, right? So that's what I was trying to do. Bait out some back row. We went for the middle. And also, I wanted to use the El Seti Wise Forest effect. So now he's going to get the Zero out of here. Activate the droplet. Send both the linkage and the triple tactic choice to the graveyard to negate both of the monsters on the field, which is pretty smart. Which is why I told you the Chaos Angel did more than his job, because he's gonna get popped. I'm perfectly fine with that. We just wanted to search the sinful spoils of the White Forest. You got 2 buddies on the field, that's fine. Hollow Asamina. Send Murcielago back into the extra deck. We're gonna activate the Hollow of the Asamina. Chain the original sinful spoil so we can special summon the Abastar onto the field. Right? Boop. Bring her out here. And with that, we're just gonna get our Sylvia back out here. Now we have an Omni negate for any stupidity. We're going to activate the Diablo of the Black Witch. We're going to set the Sinful Spoil Slumber in the back. Activate Vengeance. Banish a spell in a trap card. They're going to activate Ray here, and I knew exactly what was going to happen. They're going to go into the new Link monster, which is the Amatsu, right? Special summon it. Now here, I could have not have activated this, and I guess slap over this, but I was fine with either or because I activate this, right? And what this is going to do is turn this effect into this being destroyed, which is perfectly fine. Because I'd rather you bring the what's her name? The Ray onto the field. Now she's not activatable again. We're just going to attack overload of that. And also notice how I did not activate Sylvia at any point in time. Why did I do that? Because it doesn't matter. There's no point in activating Sylvia at all when none of these effects bother us. Yeah, we can't get lethal damage, but that's not what we need. We need to clear the board the same way they almost clear our board. slap him for 15, slap him for 25, and we're gonna end our turn. Why? Because we have a basically little Book of Moon, an Omni Negate, a Papa card on the field, and then we could Synchro Summon into pushing a card back against one card. Go Battle Phase, slap him for 25, and there it is, lethal damage. This deck is great. Now, honestly speaking, I think the Saint of Asamina, the fusion one, kind of put in work because them not getting the extra copy of Engage back into their hand could have been the deciding factor of this duel, not gonna lie. But either way, we managed to come on top, so let's continue. Alright, familia, here we are for replay numero dos. Number 2 of the day. Is this number 2? That last duel felt pretty long. Either way, maximum of C's straight off the bat. Luckily, we have the one finger. You know which one. you know which finger it is. Either way, yep. Negate the max. You got that thing out of here. It is gone. The pointy finger, by the way. Number 7, the Sylvie. Activate the Sylvie here. We're gonna get the Tales of the White Forest. Of course, there it is. Droll and Lockbird. Crossout Designator. This is modern Yu-Gi-Oh. This is what Yu-Gi-Oh is about. You either get clapped by hand traps or you have an answer to the hand traps. It's nothing else. Tails, we're going to activate, get El Seti here. We're going to activate El Seti, special summon her, and we set the Lancia. What? Is he crazy? No, I'm just smart. Because now we get to activate El Seti, activate Arcelia. We're going to send the Lancia to the graveyard. And now we just get to search a field spell here. And then we're gonna search for the Wanted. We're going to activate the Wanted. Search for the Avastar. We're going to send the field spell to the graveyard, special summon the Avastar. And that's when I goofed. I thought that I was gonna have a different way of getting that back with the level 8, right? But the main issue is that I goofed. I remember this. I kind of goofed, but it didn't matter much. As we're gonna go into Deception, activate Deception. Right, we're gonna send the Avastar to the graveyard, get ourselves the Hollow, activate the Hollow, send Deception. We're gonna bring Murcielago out here. Yeah, I definitely needed to get another level 2 monster, which I didn't, right? We're gonna get Samina the Depthster here, activate its effect, chain the original, chain the Sinful Spoils of the White Forest here. And this is what I told you, this is essentially a second copy of your Hollow. It's literally what it is. As again, we're gonna use both of these monsters. Fusion summon into the Saint Asamina, and we're gonna special summon Sylvia by sending the Spoils of the White Forest, right? Now we get to activate the Saint Asamina, special summon. No, because they're not tuners. I was gonna say maybe special summoning El Seti back onto the field would have been great, but no, we wouldn't have been able to do much of anything with that either. So either way, we special summon Renoa, activate Renoa, we Murciela go back out here, activate the Wanted. We're gonna return the Sinful Spoils of the White Forest, join to Niv, activate the Hollow, return El Seti so we can bring it back to the hand, but the Hollow Asamina is dead. Activate Sylvie, bring Arcelia back into the extra deck, use both of these, and going to Baron de la Flor. So yeah, I goofed by sending our field spell. Now, if I would have sent, but honestly, this board is still disgusting. It's still pretty good. Deception in the back. We have 2 Omni Negates, essentially a pop, and then your opponent can't target their own cards. They're gonna activate the Silent Mining. Yes, we're playing against Maliss. I'm going to activate my Sylvie here. Now, if you want to argue on whether this is a good play or not, I'll tell you why I think it's a good play. You already got rid of the White Rabbit, right? This is just gonna search way too much extension, and they're getting too much, because discarding this is not a bad thing for this deck. So I was like, no, we have to negate that. We still have an Omni Negate. They can't target. Now, the only downside to this is that I didn't comprehend at the time. The March here doesn't target. I think Bestial cards do target, but they don't target. As we're going to activate the Ignister here, I'm going to immediately Baron de la Flor that. Because at this point in time, again, I'm like, if I negate and pop this, there's nobody on the field. That's your normal summon. You already sent the White Rabbit. And what are the chances that you have a March here? Like, how lucky could you be? Maliss type of lucky, because he has a March here. Yeah, of course. Of course he has a March here. Like, why would he not? So yeah, that is the point that I'm making. This thing, they do not target. So this actually gets to go through, but I was completely fine with this because they're gonna banish the White Rabbit, activate the White Rabbit, summon it, activate White Rabbit's effect, set the Maliss, and does this card target? Let me check real quick. By banishing, no, it doesn't target. You just gotta banish one face of Maliss card you control and then add, which is perfectly fine because I legitimately knew they were gonna do this. They're gonna use both of these monsters, go into Splash Mage, and Splash Mage does target. It took him half an hour to realize that and then scoop. Poor Maliss. I still got clapped by this deck like 3 times, even without them having ransom. Just so you know. But yeah, legitimately the Saint of Asamina here saved our lives right there because we don't have anything else. I mean, I had that nib hot and ready in the back pocket. I promise you that I was gonna throw rocks, but I didn't want to. And luckily they went into that. They don't have any other place, and we win. So let's continue. Oh, but of course, here we are in replay number 3 of the day. And then we're going up against Fualos, El Molchami. Luckily, we have the finger, you know, again, which one. Doesn't matter because they have 2 freaking Fualos. The fact that you can chain them things, I don't know why Konami loves this type of card. Like, you couldn't, it's already bad enough that they're going to draw cards, but you could just dodge a finger. Pure insanity. Either way, we're going to normal summon the Sylvia, activate. We're going to search the Sinful Spells of the White Forest. We already have the Diablo Star of the White Witch. We're going to activate it. Send the woes to the graveyard. I just love saying it like that. I'm sorry. Set down the woes so we can send our copy of the Curse of Diablo to the graveyard. Search our copy of Fila Diablo. Activate Fila. Get ourselves the Diablo Star. Dude, why are you doing the combo like this? What's wrong with you? Do you see them drawing cards? Do you see them drawing cards? Am I summoning from the deck? No, that's why. This deck does not care about Fualos. Get the Fila. We're going to activate the Devastator Vengeance. Banish both of these. Special summon it. Activate the Fila. Get the attack boost. Activate the Wanted. Get myself the Avatar to the hand. Special summon the Avatar by sending the White Witch. Debatable, but it's fine. We're going to get Deception here. Activate Deception. Send the Avatar. Debatable, yes, I know, it's fine. We're gonna get Asamina Depster. Set it. Now, the reason why I said debatable is because now we lost our destruction protection, which I'm fine with. If they have Raigeki, so be it. But I'm not gonna let it stop me from making a better board. And then this thing is another Diablo card on the field in order to be able to pop. But this Backrow, you'll see. You'll see. You'll see. Don't worry about it. Normal summon Luana Go Leo. We're gonna activate Asamina Depster. Of course, we're gonna send both of these cards right here, Deception and the Sinful Spells of the White Forest, to go into the Saint Asamina. What? What did bro just do? Yes, that's what I just did. A whole lot of yes. They're gonna send a card to the graveyard, which is gonna be the Wolfhound. They're gonna activate Wolfhound's effect. I'm gonna activate the Saint of Asamina, and I'm gonna special summon my Omni Negate. Yes, we just special summoned an Omni Negate. They're gonna special summon the Kaleido Chick. I'm gonna special summon my level 2 El Seti of the White Forest. Right, going to the Wolf, the Tamer. Activate the Tamer's effect. Chain block it with the El Seti of the White Forest. Both of these monsters get flipped. Now, my only fear out of doing this, right, was that if they have a fusion spell, this means nothing. They could just use both of these as fusion materials, but they have to have that. And if they do have that, I have a Sylvie. That's all I was thinking, but it's fine. When I flip them like a pancake, they have the Luna Light Wolf. I'm going to activate my Vengeance here. No. Yeah, we ain't going to let that happen. Pop the Luna Light Wolf. They're going to set a Backrow. Deception is going to activate in the graveyard in the end phase. Our board looks better than what we started with. And they're just going to school. Not a single card did we give them under Fua. Fua me all day when I'm playing this deck. Fua me all day. Just don't maxi me. That I don't want. Let's continue. Yes, sir. Here we are for replay number 4. Number 4 of the day, we're going second. Now, I don't have a lot of going second replays. I mainly just have this one, and it's not even that crazy of a replay. I just want to show you that going second, that's why you play a bunch of hand traps. That's what you hope for. If not, you might either scoop or try to play it with the engines and stuff like that. So, yeah, they're going to activate Tilly Machine. I'm going to throw out the Maxi, and it went through. It went through. Easy peasy lemon squeeze. They're going to summon the Sharon. They're gonna send the Havness to the graveyard, if I'm not mistaken, which they didn't even activate. So you didn't activate Havness, but then you what? Does this sending Havness just not trigger? Am I just not remembering that being a thing? Because why wouldn't you just give me the 2, get, you know, the freaking fusion girl, I forget their names all the time, get her and set up a trap, right? The Rukalos. Why don't you get Rukalos, set up a trap? Why would you want to extend with Rhino Heart, right? Okay, okay, you're trying to, okay, never mind. They're just trying to make the graveyard fat, trying to hit. But then you go into Time Thief Redoer, okay, which essentially, okay, never mind. This isn't a bad play. He actually did that very smart, in a very smart manner, because now this could trigger and he could make his fusion play during our turn and still get, okay, I get it. I understand. It's fine. But we got the Wanted in the hand. We are definitely going to blow past this. They're going to activate Time Thief Redoer to attach a card. Locally, it's a monster, so that doesn't mean much. We're going to special summon the Avatar by sending the Curse of Diabel to the graveyard. Curse of Diabel is going to activate, going to search as the Philia, if I'm not mistaken. Yup. We got the Philia in the hand. Now we're going to set the Deception. We're going to activate the Philia immediately. Get us out the Avatar Vengeance. Now I could activate Deception, send this thing, get hollowed, and go into Sylvia to negate this. But we don't need it. As I'm going to activate the Vengeance, banish both the spell and the trap, right? Special summon it. We're going to get in the attack boost, activate the Vengeance to pop that Backrow, because the only thing I'm worried about is stealing his Heartbeat. Which, yeah, now we lose the Deception, so I guess I'm a meathead a little bit, but who really cares? Because I could literally, look, they're going to put it back. I'm like, oh, thank you. We appreciate that. We'll get it back later. Either way, pop the Backrow. We gain the attack boost. We're going to send a chart to the graveyard to get Sylvie. We got the Woes getting recycled, set it in the back. Special summon Sylvie. When almost summon Sylvie activated. He wants to activate the Redoer. We have an Ash. We have an Ash. That's just pretty much it. That should tell you all you need to know. We're going to get the Tales of the White Forest. Activate that. Get myself the El Seti Asamina. We're going to speed this up. Summon her. Turn her into a level 8 Queen of the White Forest. We're going to recycle the Tails back into the hand. We're going to search for the Deception that they put back into the deck. Because I told you I deceived them. That's all I did. Get the Hollow. Activate the Hollow. Special summon Murcielago. Yeah, I wasn't trying to BM or trying to show off or anything. I just wanted to make sure we had an Omni Negate before we do lethal damage, so that way I don't have to worry about anything. So I wasn't trying to BM or nothing like that. I was just trying to make sure that we ended the game here with no issues, no problems. But that's going to be the experience of this deck going second. You throw out hand traps. If they work, you're golden. You hope that they at least make your opponent make a less powerful board. But most of the time, honestly speaking, if your hand traps don't completely stop your opponent, you might still lose that duel because you start off with a way smaller hand to try and play through things. So, but that's just Yu-Gi-Oh! So with that being said, let's continue. Yes, sir. Here we are for replay number 5. If I'm not mistaken. So we're going first against, I think this is a mirror match. But this also, I wanted to show you the replay because we did something really cool. As we're going to number summon the Sylvie. Right, we're going to get the Tails to the hand. Look, they don't have anything. We're going to get the Tails. Get El Seti here. You know how this goes. Special summon her. Use both of these. Go into our Celia. Activate both of them. Chain block. Because we have a trap that we can recycle. Why not, right? Send that. Get ourselves the Fuel Spell. El Seti of the White Forest. Going to get the Wanted. We can follow with the Wanted. Yup, get Diabel. Right, Diabel is going to send who? Yep, let's just send the Lancia. Special summon it. The Avatar. Activate, set the Deception, deceive my opponent real quick. Activate that. Send Diabel to the graveyard. Get myself the Hollow. Activate the Hollow. We're probably going to go for Murcielago. Bring him out here. Murcielago is going to activate. Got the Spoils of the White Forest. Activate the Slumber. Set it in the back. Recycle. El Seti. Bring the Hollow Asamina back. Going to activate the Hollow Asamina. And there it goes. Now. Okay, I was going to say. No, yeah, that makes sense. No, because he shouldn't wait on this name. If he waits, then I got Sylvie as soon as I active. Well, he could have waited until I chained this, but I don't think he knew that I was gonna chain this. That would have been a better nib if he would have waited until I chained this, but that doesn't matter now because he activates the nib, and this is where things get crazy. We do not care. You see how we lost both of those bodies? Both of those bodies are the materials to make Saint Asemina, right? Both of those bodies that we just lost, so it's a really smart play. The crazy thing is that also both of those bodies are in our hand and on our field. So we use both of these spells and trap, right? Get them out, and we still get the Saint Asemina. Yep, activate, get the Saint Asemina out here. Which also, I honestly also misclicked because I could have quick effect activated this. Well, actually, no, I'm lying to you. I didn't misclick. I was gonna say I could have done this and used this as material to make the wolf, but no, we're using them both to make Sylvia. So either way, my point is we played around the nib a little bit. We're gonna get Regina, bring Murcielago. All we did is miss out on our Sylvia, right? As we're gonna special summon the level 4, bring Baron de la Flor. It's almost like nothing happened. Activate the field spell, get ourselves the El Seti of the White Forest, get the Witch, send the field spell to the graveyard special summon, activate that, send the Curse of Diabel, getting ourselves the Fila Diabel, you know where this is going, activate the Fila, get ourselves the Vengeance, special summon the Vengeance by banishing 1 and 2, a spell and a trap, boom, gain us the attack boost, and then this Wanted, draw a card by recycling the Marian. We draw into infinite impermanence, and then we're gonna pop the token. The only reason why I pop the token is so I have space to special summon the level 4 with this and synchro summon during my opponent's turn. That's the only reason. The exception is gonna sit in the back, and because of the exception card, because this card was activated when the Asemina or Sinful Spirit card is activated, you get to pop a card. So we also get to pop the token. This deck is nuts. This deck is nuts. It's like nothing ever happened. The only thing this board is missing is a Sylvia. That's it. That's pretty much it. So here they're going to draw a card. They're going to activate Soti of the White Forest. It's a mirror match. They're going to send the Curse of Diablo. I'm going to throw out the maximum of C's. I was hoping they had an Ash. I mean, it doesn't matter. We don't even need this maxi, honestly. They're going to get Sylvia of the White Forest. We're going to join to the Woes. They're going to activate the Curse to get the Fila. He decided to normal summon the Sylvie. So I'm gonna activate the our Vengeance here. Now, of course, he has a Crossout Designator, and I decided to Infinite Impermanence this. Now I'm gonna tell you why that's not a good play. It's not that it's bad, it's just not the best play I could have made, and the reason why is because I should have just negated this with Baron de la Flor. I know it's an Omni Negate, it's really strong. I'm trying to wait for it, whatever. But by doing so, this still gets popped. And the main thing you want to do is pop the level 4 so they don't have a wolf to go into and flip your field face down. So, not the greatest of plays. It's not bad, but it's like I said, it would have been smarter to negate it with Baron de la Flor. So either way, their own Vengeance get banished. So that spell that they just added to the hand, this Fila is absolutely useless. Unless they want to special summon the other level 8, the Witch, which I guess it's not useless if you didn't think about it. But here he goes into Arcelia instead of going into the Wolf, even though we could have negated the Wolf. And they just cooped. Yeah, I mainly wanted to show you this replay so you could see how we did not care about that nib. Legitimately, always set that the Marian in the back because you could always use it as material for your fusion monsters, which is really nuts. So with that being said, let's continue. All right, familia, here we are for replay number 6, if I'm not mistaken. So here we go into a beautiful going first turn, normal summon Sylvie, activate that. We're gonna get hit with infinite impermanence. This is how I'm showing you that sometimes you can play through multiple disruptions, but look, like, how could you not play through with this hand? We're gonna activate El Seti of the White Forest and a spell. We get Ash. Both of those usually would end your whole entire career. Legitimately, most of the time you were done here. But we do have the field spell. Activate the field spell. Get El Seti Asemina. Activate a special summoner. We're going to use both of these going to Arcelia. Activate El Seti Asemina. Activate Arcelia. Send the field spell. We're probably going to search the level 8 here. We're locked into Dark Monsters now. So yeah. Well, out of Dark Monsters from the extra deck. And we're going to search the Wanted. Activate the Depth Store here so we could special summon Asemina back onto the field, the El Seti. Use both of these going to the Queen. Activate the Queen, recycle our field spell, even though we already used it. Activate the Wanted, get ourselves the Avastar here. We're going to activate it, send the El Seti to the graveyard. Special summon, activate, send the Deception. Oh no, we didn't send... Why we didn't? Oh, because we're locked. Yes, we're locked out of the Dark Monsters from the extra deck. Here we're going to activate the Avastar, the White Witch. Sending the Simple Spoils of the White Forest because it could set itself back. Why not? Pretty decent plays, honestly. Because I was getting confused myself. Curse of Diabel sent to the graveyard. We're going to get the Fila. Activate the Fila, get the Vengeance. And now we just banish both of those. Special summon. Boop. We're going to activate the Fila, get the attack boost. Activate the Sylvie, send Arcelia back into the deck. Level 7, level 4, 1 is a tuner. Thunder God. It's just that simple. Boop. And our turn. So essentially, we could fusion summon anytime we want. We could activate this, Bukamundo Field. We could activate this, choose to Bukamundo Field if we want, but mainly for the level 4, and then we could push a card back. And we're protected from destruction. This board is more than enough for most decks. He threw us a Mochame Fualos. I decided not to do anything about that. No point. They're going to activate Engraver here, send Engraver to the graveyard, get themselves the Fuming Track. We're going to keep getting life points, activate the track, get themselves the copy of the Lurry to the hand. They're going to send to the graveyard the Lurry, activate the Lurry, bring it onto the field. Use the Lurry, get it out of here. Requiem is going to add, they're just going to scoop. Because they were trying to get me to play through all the shenanigans, but it's not going to matter. Here they could legitimately use the Requiem, get it out of here, go into Little La Crema, send Engraver. The moment that Little La Crema and Engraver are on the field, I'm just going to wipe the board. Wipe the board, and I still have a Papa card on the field, plus a fusion into an Omni Negate, and then it's just too much. It's too much. Let's continue. Now, this deck is also Backrow Nightmare. What? This is the nightmare of any deck that plays a bunch of Backrow going second specifically. Even going first, you could pop cards. But if you're going first, like if your opponent is Asemina with this deck, and you're playing a Backrow deck, good luck with that one. Because we already have the Sylvia protection. Look at how we set the Lancia so we could use it as a spell. Normal summon the Sylvie, get the Tails. Use both of these going to Arcelia. I'm going to speed this up. You're going to know what happens. Send the Tails, get the field spell. Tails going to recycle itself, sit in the bag. Activate the Tail, get El Satya Semina. Special summon El Satya Semina. Use both of these going to the Queen. We're going to search and recycle. So we're going to recycle Deception here. And then we're going to search the Wanted. Activate Hollow. Bring a Sati back into the deck so we could have it in the hand. Activate it. Chain the Wanted to it. Search the Avastar. Show the Murcielago. Special summon Murcielago Asemina. Activate it. Getting ourselves the spoils of the Sinful... The spoils of the White Forest. I don't know why I kept trying to say the spoils of the Sinful... The spoils of the White Forest. Fusion summon into Saint Asemina. Activate it. Special summon the Regina. Activate Regina. Bring Murcielago back. Activate the Sylvie. Recycle Arcelia. Special summon. And use both of these. Go into Baron de la Flor. I told you I learned the deck, chat. Get the Witch. Get myself the Diablo of the White Forest. Of the White Witch. Special summon her. Activate her effect. Send the Curse of Diablo. Get the Fila. You're gonna have this gold. Fila gonna search the Vengeance. Vengeance in the hand. Banish 2 to special summon. Now, honestly speaking, if I didn't care too much about the destruction protection, I could have activated the Avatar of the Black Witch. The Avatar of the Black Witch, got rid of the White Witch, and that way we could have searched for like the trap that flips a monster face down or any other Diabel trap. But it was fine. I decided to just keep the board like this, activate the Wanted, banish it, recycle to draw 1, we draw into the field spot, we don't need it, but that's our board. And our opponent is nuts, because bro legitimately just had Backrow. So we activate Vengeance, pop 1, then we're gonna pop 2, we're popping 3 cards. 2 cards gone, 1 more card gone, they're playing Eldritch, activate Dragon Mind, pay 2,500, set it in the back, activate Hakuero. Hakuero, we're not going to allow that to happen. So I'm negating Hurricane with Sylvie because I know what one of these traps is. Don't want them searching any elixirs for it to be a different problem. Even though I feel like we would have been alright, it's just nah. We're not gonna allow that. Because none of these are an elixir card. It just feels we already know what a bunch of them are. We only know we don't know what 2 of them are, and I'm gonna pop them immediately. So I'm gonna pop 1, and he's gonna activate Conquistador. Now mind you, because he chained this to this, I can't pop 2 other cards with this card. It's kind of nuts. So anytime you see this being activatable, I'm gonna give you a hint, a tip. Chain anything else, and this will not be able to pop 2 other cards. So yeah, Hakuro gets chained. I don't know if he knew that or not, or if he was just lucky. So we're gonna pop the Dragon's Mind. We're gonna special summon the level 4, put 2 cards in the back. We're gonna activate, put on the floor, pop a card. There goes Kill Drain, and that's when I started laughing because I'm like, get your floodgates the heck out of here, garbage, garbage. Negate that thing, get it out. We get to pop the whatever that Backrow is, which was just a transactional rollback. We just go battle phase. We have more than lethal damage on the field, and it's GG's. This deck is pure nightmare fuel for anybody playing a Backrow deck. I mean, you could always just activate them before I pop, but not when you just set them. You can't. It's pretty nuts. So let's continue. All right, familia. Here we are for replay. The last one. 7 turns. Now this is what I was still learning the duel, so I think we made a few mistakes here, but it was 7 turns of dueling. Activate all set to the White Forest. We're gonna get hit with Max C. Don't have anything for that. Nothing. Absolutely nada. So we special summon, of course, we're gonna get Sylvia of the White Forest, normal summon and search for the woes. And that's pretty much all we got. Oh, activate search 1 to get the Abastar the Black Witch for follow-up next turn. We have Maxi and the Dwelling Lockbird though. They're gonna activate Foolish Burials here, sending the Horror. Activating that thing, banishing it. Special summon the Girsu, activate Girsu. They're gonna send the 1, activate Girsu to special summon. We throw out the Max C. Hopefully it goes through. It does. Which is the only time I think Max C is fair, when both of the opponents get to resolve it. And then when your opponent is playing a deck that doesn't freaking care about it and they just draw them themselves, it goes back to feeling like it's pretty unfair. But either way, it is what it is. Who really cares about what fair is and isn't in Master Duel? Going to Galatea, because nothing is fair. Nothing. Not even this deck that I'm playing. Either way, activate, send a card to the graveyard. We're not going to let them search for the field spell. Nope, we're going to ash that. Get that thing out of my face. They're going to activate the Orcus Nightmare, banish that thing, give this thing an attack boost, and another Horror, normal summon an Orcus Cabal. And I was like, okay, so you already used your best summon. You have a normal summon, you normal summon now. You only have a Link 1 that we stopped from getting the field spell, which means none of this is a quick effect. I felt that this is the best time to activate our trap here. Going to the Wolf, activate the Wolf, flip both of these like pancakes. Of course, he gets to activate the one. It didn't need to be a quick effect. Special summon the Orcus Nightmare. Use both of these going to Gloomy. I don't have a Dark Monster. Activate the Galatea. I banish. Special summon her onto the field. Use both of these. Immediately going to the Link 2. Galatea of the Orcus Automation. Recycle a card, and now they get their field spell back out here, which allows them to do a bunch of stupidity during my turn now, as they're gonna go into Dingirsu. Dingirsu is gonna activate, get the Sylvia out of here, which congratulations, we do not care. Get El Seti out of here as well. Of course, I'm gonna activate Sylvie, recycle the Wolf, special summon it, El Seti, bring her back to the hand. So not too bad, not too bad. This could have been way worse for us. We're going to Infinite Impermanence. We got El Seti send Infinite Impermanence. They're going to activate the Harp Horror. Like, okay. The only good thing is that their graveyard was not set up to the best, right? They're going to summon Girsu. We're going to search for Sylvie. They're going to activate Girsu here. Send the Orcus Nightmare. Normal summon Sylvie. Get it, get the field spell. We're going to get Sylvie out of here with one of the copies. Special summon the Abastar. Activated. Get Deception. Deception's gonna activate. Get rid of the Abastar. Oh no, the token. We get rid of the token. Get the Hollow Asemina. Special summon Murcielago. Bring him out here. activate Murcielago's effect, get the Sinful Spoils of the White Forest, use both of these, go into Baron de la Flor. Now, I already knew that they had the destruction protection with the Girsu, but I wanted them to get rid of that, right? Get rid of that thing, that's fine with us. Activate Hollow, return the Murcielago, activate the Hollow here, get the Sylvia onto the field by sending the Spoils of the White Forest, activate a field spell, get ourselves the copy of the White Witch, activate it, get rid of the field spell, special summon her, we're gonna send the curse. And the only issue that I came across was that I was being an idiot. Now I don't have any space. I think I should have went level 6 before going into Baron de la Flor. That would have just been better. But yeah, now I don't have space. So Satan's Fila, activate Fila, get myself Vengeance. There's nowhere to put it. Unless I would have went Chaos Angel here and banish the field spell. I guess that's a play. But we're gonna activate the Wanted, recycle a card to draw one. Yeah, I mean, Chaos Angel, banish this, special summon Vengeance, pop a card. That could have been a play. Maybe I just wasn't thinking about it. I was live streaming at the time. This is gonna get an attack boost. I'm gonna negate this with Sylvia. We're gonna slap over that thing, 500 damage to the dome. Slap him for 700. Get this thing out of here. And I guess I also should have kept track of what these monsters were and what they would do now that this is on the field and I never got rid of it, right? So, but it's fine. Now we get to activate the Vengeance, banish 2. They're gonna activate the Cabal. Special summon the Dengirsu back onto the field. Right? Again, we special summon the Vengeance. We're gonna get the attack boost. This is gonna activate and send a card from our field to the graveyard, which is going to be Baron de la Flor. We go end phase. They got Galatea Eye. I don't remember if we were low on time doing this, but I think we were low on time. They're gonna special summon the Galatea Eye. They still have their field spell. This is bad. And of course, I don't know how people do this, but they draw into Dark Ruler no more, which means my entire field is dead, it was just one card that I was relying on, the Vengeance. So sometimes now they're gonna flip everything up, use all 3 of these monsters, go into the Orchestrator, recycle 2 of their banished cards into the deck, send the destruction protection. They're gonna banish Girsu, special summon the Galatea Eye, activate the Galatea Eye, send Mitsurugi Kasanagi. We're gonna ash that, because I assume that we're gonna get the trap, right? They're gonna use both of these, going to the Elning Girsu, put a card back into the hand so they could put it back into the deck so they could take over my Vengeance. Vengeance is negated, slap over the Avastar. We have a freaking Jordan Labyrinth that's never gonna be useful, so we're gonna send it so we could special summon the Avastar, activate the Avastar, set the Sinful Spoils of the White Forest. The Avastar is gonna get slapped. If you're wondering why I'm not losing life points, it's because of Dark Ruler no more. End phase. So here we join to, of course, the other copy of Jordan Lockbird. Luckily, we have the Hollow as Semina. Send the Sylvie back into the deck, activate the Hollow. We have the spoils, bring the Sylvie back onto the field, right? So we can have our Omni negate. We're going to activate the Vengeance, banish a trap and a spell. They're going to activate Galatea Eye, banishing the other Galatea, the Automatopeia, whatever it's called. Summon it. Vengeance is back onto the field. Pay half the life points. We're going to pop that field spell. They're going to activate Enling Girsu, and we're going to negate Enling Girsu. Get the heck out of here. They're going to activate the Galatea Eye, send the ash that they have in the hand to the graveyard in order to add. They're going to add the World Legacy World Crown. Right, we negated the Enling Girsu. Vengeance is going to pop the field spell, battle phase, slap up for 2,500. Can't get rid of the Link 4. But we're going to use both of these. Light and Dark Monster, level 2, level 8, level 10. Get a little Chaotic, Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel going to activate, banish Enling Girsu. And we're going to go end phase. Turn 6. This was a duel, though. This was a really crazy duel. They're going to send the World Legacy Crown. Get the Babel back. Set the Babel in the field spell zone. Activate the Aramasu. Search for Habakiri. And if I guess it was gonna be useful. Drone Larbert kills the whole Mitsurugi engine. That's all they had. We join to Ass Teller, which is amazing. Activate Vengeance. Banish a spell and a trap. Special summon it. Activate Vengeance. Make sure that field spell is gone so nothing in the graveyard starts activating. Get the Hollows and the Sylvie back. Normal summon Ass Teller. Activate. Send the Hollow as Semina. Special summon the Sylvie. Activate the Sylvie. Get the field spell. Use both of these right here, which leads to a level 12. Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon. Put this in the back, and that's more than lethal damage on the field for our W. What a finale. What an end to this video. 7-turn duel. Fire. That was really a crazy duel. This was live, and I was still kind of learning the deck. So with that being said, let's continue. All right, familia. So that is the deck. That is the video. My opinion on this deck, a lot of people hate it because of how strong it is, but this deck is also very fragile. It dies to 2 hand trap like it's nobody's business, which is how things should be. But other decks nowadays, you need 5 hand traps in your hand to stop them. This one with 2 hand traps, most of the time you're gonna beat this deck. Sometimes even 1 hand trap. It depends on how consistent it's built to, you know, play through hand traps, which is why I took out the Super Poly, added more hand traps, and added specifically 3 artifact Lancias, so that way even if I don't see a spell, I can turn this into a spell. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Again, I really enjoyed this deck. I'm probably gonna play this deck pretty often. I think you should build it. Continue having a great day, night, or afternoon, wherever you're at. And I'm gonna see you guys next time or tomorrow if you pull up to the stream. I'm out. Peace.